much success, no stress, and lots of happiness. Not gonna blast you on the radio. Not gonna lie to your family, no. Not gonna hate you in the magazines. Not gonna compromise. Not gonna diss you on the internet. No mama taught me better than that. I'm better than that. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. After all of the darkness and sadness, sun comes happiness. If I'm surrounded by positive things, I can't rise. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. I'm a survivor. Some things never seem to change, and every day I stay the same. Moonlight swelling through the trees, it never seems to wane. Sometimes I feel like I'm a silhouette, like my imitation leads me towards regret. Sometimes I wish that we had never met. I'm faking every step, stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Disconnected, out of mind. I'm unaffected by the times. Misdirect me on a dime. Break me with something slight. Born in a compromise, raised on white lies. They say the road to hell is paved with gold. At 25 I feel content with caution. Dodging my halo. Dodging my halo. Dodging my halo. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Uncomfortably numb. We're undone and uncomfortably numb. The seasons change, we stay the same, so we're blue in the face. I need the pain to soothe my brain. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. Uncomfortably numb. We stay the same. The seasons change, we stay the same. We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
I know she said it's alright, but you gon' make it up next time. I know she knows it's not right. There ain't no use in lying. Well,
It's time for Lincoln Potters Baseball.
You got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up, but don't you know, pump
Today's
it up.
broadcast is
You've
brought
got
to you by
pump it
Stones
up,
Radio
but don't you
Network.
know, pump
Now
it
let's
up.
potter up
You've
to the
got
booth.
pump it up.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California for another great evening of Lincoln Potters baseball. The Potters are on fire to start the 2024 season. The record's 7-1 after an exciting weekend in which they came back from 6 and 5 run deficits respectively in a pair of wins over Alpha Prime. Tonight they open a week of non-league games beginning with a familiar foe, the West Coast Kings. I'm your play-by-play voice, Mark the Phantom Lowe. I'm here with my engineer, the great Chris Toy, and why don't we get started with a look at the Kings batting order that will face Potters starter, the newcomer, Aiden Perez. Starting off with Mike Cowett at second base. Brandon Clisby's out of New Mexico. He is batting third and catching. Braden Braga, the four-hitter, also out of Cal State Northridge, the same school as Perez. Shane Santaga is hitting in the 6th spot, and then Taylon Hollowell is your DH, and he is batting in the 9th spot. Bruno Condit is the pitcher for the West Coast Kings. Now, just to clear up any confusion, the West Coast Kings have a couple of different teams in their organization. They have the West Coast Kings Black, the Gold, and the Gray. It's the West Coast Kings Black squad that we're facing here tonight. On Saturday, the Kings are back with the Gold squad, and then the team that's actually playing in the Pacific Empire League with the Potters is the West Coast Kings Gray squad. So 3 different squads. They always field a couple of different teams, always have a lot of talent, and they will field one team in the Pacific Empire League along with the Mudcats, the Prune Packers, the Rogues, and the Humboldt Aces, and your Lincoln Potters. Those games will start on June the 18th, I believe. It'll be a big starting off series. It'll be the Humboldt Aces in for 3, or Humboldt Crabs in for 3, and then Medford Rogues will come in for 3. So 6 big games. You can get tickets for those. Go to LincolnPotters.com for tickets and for information. But now we've got Aiden Perez, the newcomer out of Cal State Northridge. He is on, and he will face Ikawa, Hillman, and Clisby, the first 3 hitters for your Lincoln Potters. Aiden out of Modesto, California at 6'4", and Cal State Northridge. Potters with a couple of new faces. We'll get the defensive alignment right after this first batter. First pitch going to come around 6:37, and it is right down the middle, and we are started off with a strike. It is also, well, of course, it's 2 for Tuesday, courtesy of Loomis Basin Brewery, and or Loomis Basin Brewing Company, whatever they want to call themselves, it doesn't matter. 2 for 1, and also it is Zebra Night. Lincoln High School, the Fighting Zebras, well represented here tonight. Breaking Ball is also in there for a strike. We've got cheerleaders. We've got the choir sang the national anthem, did a wonderful job. And we've got Lincoln, we got the Zebra, Zeus the Zebra, swing and a miss, got him on strikes. So good start for Aiden Perez. He got Ikawa, Mike, with 3 pitches. And with 1 out, Dylan Hillman will be the hitter. And we'll take a look at that Potters defensive alignment. The newcomer Trip Garish is in left, Jacob Doyle in right, Cole Eaton in the middle, in center field, TJ Oster, another newcomer at third. J.R. Freethy taking over at short tonight as Mancy moves over to second, J.T. Walden at first, Cole Dillon behind the plate, and Aiden Perez up on the mound. Breaking Ball's popped up right side. Right field is Doyle giving a little ground and makes the catch. So Hillman hits it on the first pitch down the right field line, and Jacob Doyle collects it. 2 outs, and Brandon Clisby will be the hitter. Brandon out of University of New Mexico. We have a West Coast Kings. It's not really a roster. It's more like a phone list. So I have all their phone numbers. If anybody does really well against us, I will call them and berate them later on. That's popped up out of play from Clisby. Braden Braga, the first baseman, would be next. Clisby, pretty good size up there, the catcher out of New Mexico, against Aiden Perez. Getting his first start for Tyler Robertson and the Lincoln Potters, who are 7-1 on the season. Fastball misses outside. Perez up around 90 miles an hour early on in this one. See if I know that Tyler Malone perhaps joining the team as coach today, so we'll check that out when the team comes up to the plate. Outside with a breaking ball. So Zeus is the name of the Fighting Zebra mascot. I did not. My kids went there 8 consecutive years. I'm going to Lincoln events. I had no idea the guy's name was Zeus. Nobody ever introduced us. Bunt down the first base line is foul. So he immediately finds the obstacle course bounce house and checks out down there. He threw the first pitch out to the catcher was the unofficial mayor of Lincoln, Mr. Ray Garcia, although I think his term has expired. Breaking ball, call strike 3. Good first inning for Aiden Perez as a Potter. We go to the bottom of the first. Kings nothing, Potters coming to bat. Bottom of the first inning from McBean Stadium. Aiden Perez very effective in his first inning as a Lincoln Potter. Let's take a look at that Lincoln batting order that'll face the left-hander Bruno Condit coming out of the College of Marin. Cole Eaton going to lead us off. Luke Manzi batting second. Jake Tandy 7 for his last 7 is the DH. JT Walden cleaning it up. Cole Dillon batting in the 7th spot. TJ Oster and Trip Garish rounding it out at 8 and 9. They're 2 new guys. They're both from the Air Force Academy. So welcome to Lincoln, California, gentlemen. And they will be batting 8th and 9th respectfully against Bruno Condit, the left-hander from the College of Marin. Jake Tandy is hitting .514. He is 7 for his last 7. He did have a hit by pitch mixed in there, so it's not 7 consecutive plate appearances because he was hit by a pitch or he would have got a hit. I mean, we can pretty much say that. But he has been absolutely fantastic. 3 home runs. He's driven in 21 runs in 8 games. So he will come up third after Cole Eaton and Luke Manzi, who are both impressive at the top of the order. Eaton at .363 with 4 runs batted in. To make that 6 runs batted in. Out of University of Tennessee. In Elkhorn, Nebraska for Cole Eaton. One of a couple of really good hometowns in this year's squad. Condit from the windup. Delivers it down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Cole takes in the dirt. Jordan Georgeson on hand tonight from the Cold Country Media. You read his stuff in the Messenger and the Auburn Journal and every other paper around here. He's just taken over. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. 3 years ago, was it 3 or was it 4? Anyway, a little while ago, he's an intern here for the Lincoln Potters, and now he's a respected journalist and somewhat respected photojournalist as well. A new father. He's just got it all going on. Breaking ball just misses. Thought we might see the ring up on that one. It's 2-2 on Cole Eaton with Manzi to follow. Nice night. We got a little breeze going on. My people tell me it was blowing out. It just looks like it's blowing. Breaking ball misses 3-2. So 2 for Tuesday, thanks to Loomis Basin. We've got Zebra night out here, and that means that Zeus the Zebra is hanging out with Piper, who's just made an appearance, although they're kind of like keeping their distance right now. 3-2 pitches outside. He works him for a walk. So Cole will go down to first base. And that'll bring up Luke Manzi. 97 degrees, it says on my meteorology report. 13-mile-an-hour winds with the gusts up to 24. But it only feels like 96. So cool down, get my jacket, okay? After this pitch, Chris will take a look at the defensive alignment for the West Coast Kings. As Mancy steps in, Luke at 391. The left-handed hitting second baseman. Lays off that one. It's a little bit too high. So let's take a look at that defensive alignment. We got Santaga in left, Paris in center, Poitras in right, Peruta, Hillman, Aikawa, and Braga are along the infield. Clisby behind the plate, and Bruno Condit is our pitcher. And that one is inside. 2-0 on Luke Mancy. Luke out of University of New Mexico. Says Jamul, California, Jamul. Wasn't familiar with that. I believe it's down by San Diego, is what my people are telling me. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball. Looks good. It's in there for a strike, 2-1. Eaton with a pretty good lead that time against the left-hander Condit. Real nice crowd out here for a Tuesday night. And of course, we got the Zebras here. And we've got 2 for 1. There goes Eaton. Throw to second base is going to be just a little too late. Clisby with a really nice throw, but didn't get rid of it quickly enough. And he's going to go out and talk to Bruno Condit. He might have been crossed up, which may have caused the hesitation there. But once he let it go, it was right on the money. So Eaton's at second base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 3 balls and 1 strike on Luke Mancy with Red Hot Jake Tandy to follow. So Piper and Zeus kind of circling each other. I'm sure they've met already. You know, in the mascot world. It's a small world, the mascot world. 3-1 is hit sharply to first. Handled out there by Braga. He's going to take it himself. Moving to third will be Eaton. And Mancy is retired for the first out of the inning. Here is Jake Tandy. Jake out of West Sacramento, California, University of the Pacific. Ended up 4 for 4 in our last game on Sunday. The day before that, he was 3 for 4. He made his only out in the last 2 games a fly to center field. That was way back on Saturday. So he is up here with a runner at third base and 1 out. Potter's looking to score first in this one. Jake takes an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Condit about low 80s for his fastball. Breaking stuff right around 70. Early on in this one. Tandy takes outside. 1-1. Jake takes a fastball in there for a strike. I mentioned Chris Toyo, obviously to my right, the incredible Willie Preston handling the PA job. The duties so well. And then to my left, the interns, current number 1 ranked intern Carson, and number 4, Jason. Check swing, and it's outside. Although Jason came up with a couple of the opposing teams' lineups when no one else had it. Or the roster. He came up with a roster, so he might be on an upward move. Now, Lauren's number 3, she's down doing the events on the field today, so she's got room to make up outside. And I did tell her, Crystal, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it. I told her she was at number 3 before she went out there. So I don't know if that put pressure on her. We'll see how she does. Again, one of her strengths is her versatility. Tandy swings and misses on an off-speed pitch. So he is out for the first time in a long time, and with 2 outs and a runner on third, it's time for J.T. Walden, the left-hand hitting first baseman. J.T. at 308 for the Potters, 2 home runs. He's driven in 12 runs. There's Zeus hanging out. How you doing, buddy? Nice seeing you. He's got weird eyes. I don't know about Zeus's eyes. He's got those weird kind of like side eyes when he's looking straight at you. And he's got a Secret Service guy with him. That's good. JT takes, well, over his head, so I'm going to call that a ball. 1-0. He's followed by Jacob Doyle hitting the 5 spot. J.R. Freethy, who was our player of the game on Sunday, batting 6th, then Dylan Oster and Garish. 1-0 to JT. It's a little blooper over second base. That's going to drop in for a base hit and be the first run of the ball game. An RBI single for JT Walden. Scoring is Cole Eaton. The Potters are on the board with their first hit and their first run. It's an RBI for JT. He now has 13 of those things. And here is Jacob Doyle. Jacob from University of Nevada, Reno out of right field. 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. 363 for Jacob. Getting home runs in the first 2 games he played, I believe. He takes a fastball right there at the strike. Throw down to first base. Braga handling it, but not even applying a tag on JT, who says, I wasn't going anywhere. J.R. Freethy to follow. Potters are on the board here in the first. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch in there for a strike. 0-2. Eaton singled, stole second, went to third on a ground out, and scored on the single by J.T. Walden. 0-2 pitch, strike 3. Couple strikeouts for Condit in the first, but the Potters score. We go to the top of the second. They lead this thing 1-0.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Time for the top of the second. A little bit of a delay there as we had the Lincoln High School dance team out there kicking it, man. I was rocking up here. I don't know if you noticed that, Chris. I was rocking. You probably wouldn't want to look at that directly, but it was very, very, very fun. Anyway, it took a little bit extra, so Chris Toy played some extra commercials from our tremendous sponsors, and we made it work. Here's Braden Braga, the first hitter in the top of the second for the Kings. He's playing at first base for West Coast out of University of Hawaii at Chaminade. Takes one low from Aiden Perez, who had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Sandwiched around a fly ball to right field. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Aiden in the first. Fastball's a little bit too high. He's going to have Drake Poitras and Shane Santaga coming up after Braga. Breaking ball misses, 3-0. So a couple close ones there, but 3 balls and no strikes on Braga. And that'll be ball 4. So Braga's the first base runner for the Kings. He is at first base with nobody out, and Drake Poitras will be the hitter, the right fielder, out of the College of Marin. We're in number 19, the West Coast Kings with their dark jerseys and yellow sleeves. It's a black and yellow kind of thing, like my guy Wiz Khalifa or anybody on the Steelers. But probably more Wiz Khalifa because that's my jam. Short lead at first by Braga. Fastball is in there for a strike. Perez up around 90 in the first inning when he had 2 strikeouts. Aiden from Cal State Northridge. Next one swung on and missed. Oh, and 2 quickly. That's fouled out to the right side over there by the VIP section today. The Lincoln Brewers team is out there in the section enjoying all that section has to offer, which is a lot. And it's a great place to watch a ball game from. The Kiln, as it's called. Stays 0-2 to Poitras. Inside corner, did he get it? No, he did not. He did not go around, so it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes on Drake. Pretty good lead at first by Braga. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Aiden Perez. Poitras goes down. That's 3 strikeouts. 1 out in the inning, and Shane Santaga will be the hitter. Shane out of Cal Poly. Wearing number 30. He's playing out in left field for the West Coast Kings. Santaga up here with 1 out and 1 on. Braga at first, Santaga at the plate. High and inside fastball from Perez, who stands about 6'4" out on the mound. He comes to us from Modesto, California. Throws his breaking ball and gets a strike call. 1 ball and 1 strike. That might be a little bit too high, but it came down where the umpire felt it meets the criteria. All right, strike. Another breaking ball. That's it, a little softly picked up and then bobbled by Perez. He has nobody covering first, and he will be safe. Santaga is safe at first base. A little nubber off the bat. Coming for it was J.T. Walden when Perez was going to have to field it and run himself to first base, but he couldn't make the play. And I will look to my scorekeepers. I'm going to get an error on the pitcher. First error for the Potters. 2 on and 1 out, and that'll bring up Josh Paris, the center fielder, left-handed hitter. Takes a strike. Josh out of Cal State Northridge, so perhaps acquainted with Mr. Perez on the mound. First and second, 1 out here in the second. That's hit high up in the air, but foul behind us. Right to where the Little League playoffs are going on, or something's going on over there because there's no parking around here. But other than that, good luck to all the participants over there. Lincoln Little League. First home of many Potters, as a matter of fact. That's hit out. Same direction, but not as far over, so that'll be out in the McBean Park area. Eli Garcia, Isaiah Garcia, Charles Middleton, a couple of them. Brendan Roselle. Craig Schmidt, and others who came along after I was gone, so I don't know about them. Probably Evan Oden, I would think. 1-2 in the dirt. Great block. And a throw back to second base. Good idea by Dillon. Had to be short-hopped by the shortstop, Freethy. Had the good block and got the runner at second. Braga came off thinking it was going to be a pass ball or a wild pitch. And Cole made the stop. Threw behind him, but not in time. 2-2 coming up. Hit sharply down to first. Walden he's going to go to second for 1, but he throws the ball over the shortstop's head. It's into left field. Here comes Braga around the throw to third. The tag will be made, and he is out at third. So we've got a run scoring here. Braga scores. Santaga tried to go around to third. He was thrown out. Good job by Garish in left field. A beautiful throw. It's an error on the first baseman on the throw. And staying at first base is Josh Paris. I think what JT had was going to make the throw quickly, but he had to wait for Freethy to get over there and then kind of tried to aim it a little bit, and it went over JR's head. So a run in, we end up with a runner at first. Swing and a miss by Ferruta, who is our dueling dogs batter, which means in addition to having 2 for 1 Loomis Basin, we've got dueling dogs here that's half off the rest of the inning if Ferruta strikes out. So a lot going on beer-wise here on a Tuesday night. That's inside for a ball, as it should be, of course. And a really good crowd out here. We've got both bounce houses are working down the left field line. We've got the Brick and Barrel backyard beer garden down the right side. Breaking balls off the glove of the catcher and going to second base will be Paris. So a little sloppy inning for the Potters. 2 errors and now a pass ball. Puts Paris at second base. 2 balls and 1 strike on Kevin Ferruta. He's out of the College of Marin, playing at third base. Fastball misses, 3-1. Taylor Hollowell, who's the designated hitter, the number 9 batter on deck. 3-1 coming up from Perez. That is strike 2. So 1 strike away from yet another bargain. So what you do is obviously you would use the dueling dog to the end of this inning, then you go back to the Loomis Basin, after this inning. Chris Toy gives me the thumbs up. Oh, he's already figured that out. Swung on and missed. He got him. So Potters give up a run, but we get half price on dueling dog. So it kind of evens itself out. Bottom of the second, we're tied at 1.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Late to the party because I'm watching the mascot race as Piper is not in last until maybe now. Good run by Mr. Orange Shirt. Here comes our final contestant, and she keep bringing it in, and she breaks the tape. Beautiful job. And Piper, of course, not understanding the entire concept of the race, comes in last and then raises his hands in victory. Hands raised in a V is what I'm saying, and Piper, you should not have done that. Another excellent race, and I think with Zeus, the zebra, I was surprised that Zeus wasn't out there participating in there. Is there some sort of enmity between the two mascots? Both at the top of their games, at different levels, but both at the top of their games, and yet I haven't seen a lot of collusion between them. And, I think it's probably in about 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from Friday, I believe, is the Piper birthday game. And I know all the mascots come out for that, and Zeus is certainly prominent in that. And hopefully this doesn't affect that, because that's one of the biggest party nights of the year. Piper's birthday, I believe it's June the 21st for Piper. You want to come out and check that out. You'll see, I think Slamson has made some appearances in the past. And the Warrior, Willie the Warrior from William Jessup was here last year. A lot of great mascots. The Rhino from over at 12 Bridges. Ricky Rhino, I don't think that's his name. Probably Rocky. J.R. Freed will start us off, bottom of the second, against Bruno Condit, who had 2 strikeouts in the first inning, gave up a run and a hit. J.R., 2 for 4, has only played 2 games, was the player of the game on Sunday. Takes that one down low, 2-0. Had a couple of hits, scored a couple of runs, and made about 3 Web Gem-worthy plays in the field to help the Potters get the win. 2-0, and J.R. lays off and goes to 3-0. He is 2 for 4, but he does have 4 runs scored in a brief time. Condit's fourth pitch is outside, so JR goes down to first base. The second walk issued by Bruno Condit, and bring up Cole Dillon, the catcher. Cole out of Rockwall, Texas, another great name in the University of Arizona. 1 for 6 with an RBI so far, just a couple of games for Cole. Played catcher. He's also played, I think he played second base as well. Cole takes high for a ball, so 5 straight balls from Condit to open up the bottom of the second. We are tied at 1 here from McBean Stadium. Great crowd out on a Tuesday night, and currently enjoying like 300 or 400 beer specials. Throw over to first base. We got, of course, it's a 2 for Tuesday, so Loomis Basin steps up. And then the Dueling Dogs batter struck out, so half off on Dueling Dogs for the rest of the inning. Throw over to first base by Condit, and he throws it away. Freethy gets up. He's thinking 3. He rounds second. He's definitely thinking 3. The throw is going to come, but it's going to be way too late, and JR is at third base with nobody out. First error for the Kings, and we've got kind of a mistake-filled first couple of innings here from McBean Stadium, and I don't think the wind is affecting that. I think that was just a poor throw over to first base. Braga tried to flag it down, couldn't do so, had to run it down. Poitras, who's in right field, was too far away to be of much help, and JR never thought about stopping, and he went all the way to third. Next pitch is high, so it's 2-0 on Cole Dillon. He's followed by TJ Oster, the new guy. That is in there for a strike. I just checked my phone, and then I realized it's not my phone. So it's, there's Rockwall, Texas, in Rockwall County. Sure. Oh, it's in northeast Texas. Very nice. Thank you, Chris Toy, who's the head of mascotology. He's also the meteorologist for Stones Radio Networks, and he helped me look up where places are. So geographical consultant, Chris Toy, and engineer. Incredible. That is ball 4. So a couple walks here in the second innings. First and third, nobody out. And here's TJ Oster, the third baseman. TJ coming to us from Phoenix, Arizona, and the United States Air Force Academy. TJ steps in with runners at first and third. His Air Force teammate, Trip Garish, is following him. TJ takes inside for a ball. Freethy at third, Dillon over at first. 3 walks issued by Bruno Condit to go with 2 strikeouts. That one catches the outside corner, so even it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball catches the outside corner again. So TJ is behind the count 1-2. Nice pitch right there by Bruno Condit. Perfect placement, as I gave up on it just like TJ did, and it's a strike. That's in the dirt. Condit's motion or leg kick had Dillon going back to first base on the pitch. Good lead by Cole over there. TJ takes outside for a ball. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the second. Potter's off tomorrow. Then the Legacy come back to town for 2 games, Thursday and Friday. Breaking ball's hit out to right field. Moving over is Poitras. He makes a nice running catch, but it'll tag at third. And here comes J.R. Freethy with the second Potter's run. So TJ delivers a sacrifice fly for his first at bat. Gets himself an RBI. The Potters put another run up on the board. Staying at first base was Cole Dillon. And here is Trip Garish. He's out of Belmont, California, also from the United States Air Force Academy. Left-handed hitter. Already had a nice outfield assist through a runner out at third base. So here's Trip, left-hander against left-hander. Takes a breaking ball, misses the inside corner. 1-0, top of the order. That means Cole Eaton on deck. Dillon down at first, 1 out now here in the second. Tripp check swing, and it's a strike. 1-1. So the obstacle course bounce house has gotten crazy. Chris, you know, we saw it earlier in the year. It gets crazy every night. Tripp fouls that one off. It's just insane in there. We got half the people. See, at 5:30, you come into the gate at 5:30. It's happy hour until the first pitch. Half the people go straight to the Brick and Barrel Backyard Beer Garden. The other half, a little younger, go straight to the left side, and they go to the obstacle course bounce house. So it's a really nice division, really. Everybody has their priorities. Breaking ball's hit sharply into right field. That's a base hit for Tripp Garish. Stopping at second is Dillon. And we've got runners at first and second and just 1 out here in the second inning. Second hit for the Potters. Tripp makes a nice debut just like his teammate TJ. And that'll bring up Cole Eaton, who walked his first time up. No, Chris, they do not do that. The ones who go to the bounce house do not stop after 2 innings and go to get a beer and vice versa. That is not the way it works. It would be interesting and largely illegal strike on the outside corner. Lincoln High School cheer team doing the 50-50 raffle today. And there are many of them, and they are relentless. And they may wear me down, even though I really couldn't win. Hit out to second base. This could be 2. Over to short for 1 with the glove at first base. They got him at first. Nice play. That's Aikawa, Hillman, and Braga, 4-6-3. Potters score once to take the lead. We go to the top of the third. They're on top, 2-1.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Top of the third inning, the axe throwing contest was not real successful today. 0-4 for both the contestants, but they somehow determined a winner because Lauren's down there doing the job, trying to move up in the intern rankings, in which he's currently sits at number 3. But she doing a great job with the events on the field. The axe throwing out of the way. Next, I think, is probably the spinning bat race, which may be my favorite. Aiden Perez warming up for the Potters. He has himself a 2-1 lead. Both teams a little bit shaky in the field. The Kings with 2 errors in that inning, allowing the Potters to score. Actually, and the Potters have 2 errors. The Kings came up with 1 error in that inning on a bad pickoff throw, which led to the Oster sacrifice fly. So both teams with the unearned runs coming through, but the Potters are on top 2-1. It'll be Taylor Hollowell then the top of the order. Mike Aikawa and Dylan Hillman for the West Coast Kings. Again, this is the West Coast Kings black squad. There's the gold squad that'll be in on Saturday to take on the Kings. And then there's the gray squad that'll play league play in the Pacific Empire League, and those games start on June the 18th. As always, with non-league games, league games, tickets and information, the best place to go is LincolnPotters.com. Hollowell is out of De Anza College. Looks to be a right-handed hitter by everything I can piece together here. Tomorrow we'll take the day off. Supposed to be the warmest day of the week. So, and I said, because I don't know if you know this, but I told him this like 6 months ago. I said, look, I'll tell you, June 5th is going to be a scorcher. Play on the 4th, play on the 6th, don't play on the 5th. And they heeded my warnings, and I think for the good of everybody. Here's Hollowell. wearing number 21 for the West Coast Kings against Perez, who has 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. So he starts it off 0-1 on Hollowell. That's a chop foul out of play to our right. Jordan Georgeson doing his photographer thing right in the front row down there. I think he probably takes the camera and asks the people to move aside so he can sit there and take pictures. Then he takes like one picture and puts the camera away and sits there the rest of the game. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. I see if me Ranchito, my guy Hobby's down there today. Yeah, he's down there. So is Bill, the Fat Cat. 2 of the best food options you'll find at a ballpark in any level of ball. Fastball's outside. We got the quesadillas, the street tacos, etc. with Hobby. Got the dogs, the bratwurst, and everything with Bill, and the ice cream sandwiches. Don't forget that. That comes in very handy. Check swing, it's high. So Hollowell's worked the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. You forget about that, but then he goes, oh yeah, I got the ice cream sandwiches. They just hit the spot, Chris Toy. I don't think I've ever had a bad ice cream sandwich. And it's in the dirt. So Hollowell with a nice at-bat there as he waits out. Perez gets the walk. That's Aiden's second free pass. And it'll bring up Mike Aikawa, who struck out to start the game. Out of Lewis and Clark University. Mike wearing number 7 for the West Coast Kings. Potter's looking for a double play here. Good lead at first by Hollowell. Perez's fastball is a little bit too high. 1-0 on Aikawa. Dylan Hillman, the shortstop, number 2 hitter, will follow. Perez checking the runner at first base, Hollowell. That's popped up right side. It's probably going to be foul. It'll be in play, though, at Knights. Did he make the play? I don't think he did down the first base line. J.T. Walden tried an over-the-shoulder, beautiful catch. I glanced off his glove as they put the pole right there where I'm looking to try to see what's happening. J.T. tries the over-the-shoulder catch. And so it is just a strike on Aikawa. Doyle way too deep and far away in straightaway right field. And Luke Mancy trying to come over from second, but it was going to be JT or nobody on that one, the way it was placed. 1-1 pitch outside. 2-1. Potter's 7-1 on the season, and a couple of come from behind wins. Very entertaining 2-game series against Alpha Prime. Very talented bunch of young players. Potter's got down by 6 runs on Saturday and 5 on Sunday and came back and won both times. Hollowell just barely got back in. He had, I said, a good lead earlier. He had kind of doubled that lead. And Perez went over there. JT slaps the tag on, but Hollowell is in there underneath it, according to the umpire, which we've got to go by his word. So, yeah, really entertaining weekend series. Good crowds out here. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen. Saturday night and Sunday afternoon games. Menlo Legacy has been in a couple times. They'll be back for 2 more later this week, Thursday and Friday. 2-2 coming up from Aiden. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And see if he had fouled it into the catcher's glove, and Dylan held on to it, but the strikeout is recorded. Number 5 for Aiden Perez, and that'll bring up Hillman, who flied to right his first time up. Dylan uncommitted, according to the phone list that I have here. Right-handed hitter steps in here against Perez with Hollowell still on first and still getting a pretty decent lead over there. There he goes. Pitch is in the dirt. The throw to second base is going to slice off and go off the glove of the backup shortstop J.R. Freethy, but he runs it down before Hollowell can go any further. He's going to steal second base. Just got a really good jump, and nothing really that Dylan could do is just throw tailed off to the second base side. He's in scoring position. Hillman with a 1-ball, no strike count. That's a defensive swing, I think. Trying to get out of the way, but it's going to count as a swing. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Hillman. Brendan Clisby, the catcher, on deck. Kind of trying to get out of the way, but thought about maybe swinging, then said, no, I don't think I will, but the bat was already going. That's fouled off. Hopefully that dissuades those 2 young guys from standing behind home plate who are going to be, they don't realize that net kind of gives a little bit when the ball's coming back there. And they have taken off. They've heeded my warning, Chris Toy. I was going to send Chris down there. A little bit of monitoring activity. Little camp counselor kind of situation. Go, hey, you guys want to back up? 1-2 misses outside, low, 2-2. Because that would have been a wake-up call. We've seen that. We've seen the people sitting in the seats and just reacting when the ball comes back there. And they were kind of crowding the area a little bit. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. Good pickup by Dillon, but it's 3-2 now on Dylan Hillman. Cole Dillon behind the plate. Dylan Hillman at the plate. Clisby to follow, then Braden Braga. 3 and 4 in the order for the West Coast Kings. There's a chopper over toward first. JT gets it with the bare hand and then thinks it's 3 outs, but it's only 2. But luckily he didn't throw the ball out. Hillman hit a grounder that kind of got slower as it kept going. Kind of ran out of steam, and JT at the end just stuck out the bare hand and had it, and then stepped on the bag and made a motion to roll the ball out to the mound. Luckily he didn't, so 2 outs. Moving to third on that play is Hollowell. And here's Clisby, who struck out looking his first time. Catcher out of New Mexico. Takes a breaking ball in there. No, inside, excuse me. Thought I had this umpire gauged, but that one was inside. 1-0. That one's hit well to left field, but right in the spot. Beautiful play out there by Garish, who kind of fought the sun and made the catch. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. The Potters on top in this one, 2-1.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Welcome back to McBean Stadium. Bottom of the third inning. Mark the Phantom Low here with you. Chris Toy on the engineering duties. It'll be Luke Mancy, Jake Tandy, and JT Walden. 2, 3, and 4 for the Potters against Bruno Condit out here for his third inning of work. He's given up 2 runs on 2 hits. Only one of those runs was earned. That was the one in the first inning, and that was a walk, stolen base, infield ground out, and a single by JT Walden. Condit with 2 strikeouts so far in this one, but he has walked 3 batters. TJ Oster, the newcomer, has the second RBI on a sacrifice fly. So here's Luke, who grounded to first his first time up. Lines that one right at first for the out. That's Braga over at first base. That one the line drive from Luke Mancy. So 1 out quickly here, and here's Jake Tandy, who snapped a streak of 7 straight hits with a strikeout back in the first inning. So Jake is 0 for 1 in this one. 18 for 36, exactly 500 on the season. Right-handed hitter out of West Sacramento, California, and the University of the Pacific. Takes a low off-speed pitch, gets away from the catcher. That is Brandon Clisby. 1-0. That one is in there for a call strike, so it evens up at 1-1 on Jake. JT Walden to follow. Jake takes that and it's going to hit him. So he'll go down to first base, the recipient of a hit by pitch, and that'll bring up JT Walden, who looped a single into right center field his first time up, picked up his 13th run batted in already of the summer. He has 2 home runs, came in at .308. Lifted that up a couple of points with that single back in the first. He's got Tandy at first. 1 out here in the third. Good looking fastball in the outside corner. That's a strike, 0-1. Jacob Doyle is next for the Lincoln Potters. That's in there off speed for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. JT Walden out of USC. Leading at first is Tandy. Pretty decent lead. JT takes low. Look back to the umpire, kind of questioning there, but 1 ball and 2 strikes. Like he wasn't sure of his own. It looked low. Maybe not. 1-2. A tie for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on JT. Bottom of the third here from McBean Stadium on a pretty decent night for baseball. Started out as a warm day, had some breeze going. All that is true, but when you got 2 for Tuesday, everything seems to be nice. Sharp ground ball foul. Kind of smooths over the rough spots, if you know what I mean. If it's a 2 for Tuesday, and then the Dueling Dogs batter hits, and then you've got that going for you. So you can stockpile 4 or 5 beers. If you're a wise consumer, and you brought your fridge with you. Condit delivers. JT hits a line drive. That'll be a base hit in the right field. Otris out there. Tandy's going to go all the way to third. The throw is cut off. JT gets back to the bag. So good base running by Jake Tandy. Good hitting by JT Walden. His second hit of the day. Third hit for the Potters, and they've got something going here with first and third and 1 out. And Jacob Doyle, who struck out his first time up, coming up to the plate. Potters look like they might have some action in their bullpen. Doyle out of University of Nevada, Reno. Right-handed hitter, right fielder. Little chopper down to first base. That's a fair ball. They're going to just take the run at first, and the runner scores. So Tandy scores on a ground ball down to first base. Doyle is retired. JT moves to second. Jacob gets an RBI, his 8th. It's a weird grounder down to first. Braga got it. Really not much he's going to do. He's thinking of going to second, but that's a long throw, and he had to throw past the runner, so he took the out when he had it. 2 outs. Potters have scored a run. They lead at 3-1, and here's J.R. Freethy, who walked his first time and scored a run back in the second inning. JR 2 for 4 on the season. Takes a big breaking ball and misses the outside corner. Kind of wrapped around there. 1 ball and no strikes on JR. Also from Nevada, Reno. Looks like Tyler Moore, the right-hander out of American River College, is loosening up for the Potters. Runner's going. The throw to third is not in time. JT with a good timing steals third base. See, I think it's 2-1. Let's take a look, see if the umpire flash. The scoreboard says 2-1. And usually if that's wrong, the umpire will signal the count. So we'll go with 2-1 on J.R. Freethy. Condon from the windup delivers a strike, so it evens it up at 2-2. Cole Dillon to follow if JR keeps it going here in the bottom of the third. Takes that one, so it must have been 3-2, obviously. As 3-1, JR gets himself a base on balls, his second of the day. And here is Cole Dillon. Runners on first and third. I'm going out to talk to his pitchers, Ben and Clisby. Still no activity we can see in the bullpen for the West Coast Kings. You don't know how many pitchers they actually brought. No pop-ups on the grassy knoll, but still a nice contingent of fans down there. It's harder to see with the obstacle course bounce house in the way. You know, that blocks out my view of the grassy knoll. See if Freely is going at first base. Condon has a good move. Here's the pitch. Line drive left field. Santaga comes in, reaches up and makes the catch. Good job fighting the sun, and Dillon is out. 1 run for the Potters. They leave a couple. We go to the fourth. Potters 3, Kings 1.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest-running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had them by the collar, said he
Top of the fourth inning. Potters leading this one 3-1. It'll be Braden Braga, Drake Poitras, and Shane Santaga, the first 3 hitters. And it'll be a new pitcher, and that will be Tyler Moore. Tyler Moore out of American River College, making his second appearance of the summer. He pitched on the 28th, 3 innings, 3 runs, and 3 strikeouts. So the 50-50 is already $880. We're not even to the 4th inning yet, so that is a tremendous number. And the leader of the cheer squad told me that information, which is just like wasting it, why you would tell me. But I actually got it to somebody who got it to the person who knew. So actually we didn't do too bad. So Tyler Moore, the right-hander, will face Braga here as we start the 4th inning. Perez, 3 innings, no hits, 1 run, it was not earned, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts for the product out of Cal State Northridge. So an impressive debut for Aiden, I think, the right-hander, 6'4". So here's Braga, who walked and scored back in the 2nd inning. He has scored the only run for the Kings. Looks like we've got a pinch hitter here, number 20. That is Will Robbins. So Will Robbins will bat for Braga. Pops it up, right side. Walden's going to call for it. JT makes the catch. So Robbins is retired. 1 pitch from Tyler Moore. Will out of Princeton University, so pretty impressive there. But he pops out to JT Walden. And here's Drake Poitras, who struck out his first time up. Of course, that was against Aiden Perez. Tyler Moore, right-hander, I believe from Del Campo High School and American River College. Got a ball coming out of the bullpen, so we do have West Coast Kings bullpen action. And not too good so far as the first pitch came all the way down here. So Poitras 0 for 1. Drake's from the College of Marin. Fastball, nice pitch by Tyler Moore right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 quickly as Tyler Moore's delivered two really nice fastballs down the heart of the plate. And Poitras is down 0-2. Swing and a miss. Man, found that one in the catcher's glove, but that's an impressive 3 pitches for Tyler Moore. He's got 2 outs, and then I'll bring up Shane Santaga. Shane reached on an error his first time up, hit a little dribbler down the first baseline, and the pitcher, Perez, came over trying to make the play, and he fumbled the ball, and Shane reached base. He was later thrown out trying to go to third. Moore's pitch swung on and missed. 0-1. Potters with the run in each inning. The Kings scored their run in the second. That one is in there again. So 5 straight strikes from Tyler Moore. It's like Brandon Waite is the pitcher that we see warming up for the Kings out of Diablo Valley College. You might be seeing him in the bottom of the 4th. 0-2 pitch by Tyler Moore. Swung on and missed. So what an inning by Tyler Moore. A pop-up and 2 straight strikeouts as he gets up to about 89 miles an hour. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Potters on top, 3-1.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
Five Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're Five Star Bank. How can we help you?
Out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar double round.
Bottom of the 4th, currently enjoying a concert from the Lincoln High School Zebra Marching Band, although I don't believe that's the entire band because I count 11 people. So I think maybe that's just a small increment of the band, one of the factions in the band, but they are kicking it out here, especially the big old drum right there as Bruno Condit finishes up his warm-up tosses. Will Robbins, who came in to bat for Braga, is moving in the catcher spot, and Brandon Clisby, who is behind the plate, moves over and takes over at first base for the West Coast Kings, but not for a while because we are kicking it Zebra band style with the 11-piece ensemble. TJ Oster's coming up to the plate. TJ doesn't even stop to enjoy the tunes, just walks up to the plate, all business. The umpire staring somewhat approvingly. It's hard to tell with umpires. It's kind of like when we had the Hispanic Heritage Night and they did the dancing, and they just said, we do a 4-minute dance, and we're going to do a 4-minute dance whether you have to play baseball or not, and I respect that. The song has to go as long as it goes. There we go, and we are moving into the 3rd movement. Everybody's going out tonight. That was tremendous. Bravo, 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 Lincoln Band. Bravo, it's a Beaver night. It's Zebra night out here. And tremendous performance right there. As we get ready for the bottom of the fourth, Condit still on the mound. He's given up 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 of those runs were earned. The umpire just watching the last band member, making sure they're out of the gate before he starts the game. Good job, ump. So here's TJ to sacrifice fly his first time up. Hits that ball out to center field. Paris going back, reaches up, gets it, and falls down. That one took off in the wind, and Paris in center field. Josh went out there and made a really nice running catch and then fell to the ground. He looks to be okay. As the wind, that's the first time the wind has really affected anything, I think. That ball was hit well by TJ, but I don't think it was hit 400 feet well. So here's Trip Garish, another Air Force Academy ball player who got a single his first time up. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike on 1. Ball really took off on Josh Paris, but he made a fine catch. Tripp takes on the outside corner again, so Condit starts out 0-2 on Trip Garish. Cole Eaton will follow. Top of the order. Tripp's out of Belmont, California. Hits that one sharply to the right of second. Diving play at second base. Aikawa can't throw it. It's going to be an infield single. So Garish in his debut, he is 2 for 2. 4th hit for the Potters. Really fine try at second by Aikawa. But he could not make the play. And here is Cole Eaton, who is walked and into a double play. So Cole is 0 for 1 in this one. 8 for 23 on the season. Came in at 363. From Elkhorn, Nebraska. Pops that one up right behind us. So it is 0-1. Don't hit it over toward Hobby because he will make the play over there. He's very good defensive player. 0-1. That is a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the 4th. Garish at first. Eaton takes outside. Luke Mancy on deck. That's sliced into right field. That's a solid base hit. Picked up out there by Poitras. He gets back in. Cole gets his first hit of the day. 5th hit for the Potters, 2nd in the inning. Gary stops at second base, and here's Luke Mancy, who is grounded to first and lined to first. Robbins is going to go out and talk to his pitcher, Condit. Now, we did see activity in the pen for the Kings. That was Brandon Waite, but nobody up right now. But you have to think that he would be ready to come in at a moment's notice. Jake Tandy moves into the on-deck circle. Left-hand hitting Mancy. Takes that one outside. Nice block by Will Robbins. Ball in the dirt. Luke from the University of New Mexico comes to us down around San Diego, California. Left-hand hitting second baseman, shortstop. He can do it all. Pops that one up out of play. So it's 0-1. Members of, now we have the bands. Members of the band who just concluded, boy, they look drained. They look like they walked in Death Valley. I mean, they left it all on the field. Way to go, Zebras. Mancy pops that one up, and they may have to make a catch, as that might go out. And 3 of the Kings went over to get it, the catcher, the third baseman, the pitcher, and at the end they all just looked at each other, and the ball falls harmlessly. And Mancy, a sigh of relief there, as that could have been the out. Robbins went over, and so did Ferruta from third, and then the pitcher Condit came in, and they all kind of looked at each other. Perhaps playing them. They might be playing the first game of the season, so not really used to each other just yet. Chopper down to first base. They're going to go to second with that one. Did he get him at second? Yes, he did, and throw it back to first. Nobody there, and here comes the runner in from third, and he will score. So Garish takes advantage of a bad throw. The throw to second was good as far as the getting the runner at second base was concerned. Then the throw back from shortstop got away at first base. Mancy stays at first. It's an error on the shortstop to allow Garish to come in from third, even though Mancy is still at first base. It was a really fine play from Clisby to Hillman at shortstop to get that for us. But the throwaway allows the run to score. Tandy takes a strike. Jake is struck out and hit by a pitch. He is 0 for 1. A cool 500 for the season with 21 runs batted in for Jake. Hits a little blooper over shortstop. That'll drop in for a base hit. So Tandy returns to his hitting ways after taking one detour out for a strikeout early in the game. Comes back with a hit by pitch and now a single. Third hit of the inning for the Potters. That'll put Manzi at second base. And here's J.T. Walden, who has a couple of hits and an RBI in this one. J.T. with a single in the first inning, drove in a run, a single in the third inning, got as far as third base before Cole Dillon flew out to end the inning. Left-hander against left-hander. Bruno Condit's been out there for 3 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits and 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Actually, 2 of them earned because that last one would not have been earned. It is a strike to J.T. Walden. J.T. takes that one outside. Another good play by Will Robbins to keep that from going back to the backstop. That is a strike. 1 and 2. I think that run would be earned, though, because Garish was at third base, and he scored on an overthrow, but even if the throw wasn't made to first base, he would have scored on the Tandy single. So I'll talk to the great Max Greenfield and find out how that's scored. Chopper up the middle. That may find an opening. It does. Here comes a run around third, picked up in center field. The throw is a little bit offline, and that is an RBI single for J.T. Walden. Mancy scores. Tandy's going to stop at second. J.T. has his third hit and his second run batted in. The Potters score twice in the inning, and they lead at 5-1. 4 hits now in the inning for the Lincoln Potters, and Jacob Doyle is the next hitter. So Tandy at second, Walden at first. Doyle takes a fastball for a strike. Jacob has struck out and grounded out to first. He does have a run batted in, his 8th of the summer. Swing and a miss at that one. 0-2. He's followed by J.R. Freely for the Potters, who have put up 2 here in the 4th. They lead at 5-1. Breaking ball, call strike 3. So Potters score twice with 4 hits. They leave a couple. We go to the top of the 5th. Lincoln on top 5-1. Top of the fifth, Potters lead at 5-1. It's Paris, Peruta, and Hollowell, 7-8-9 against Tyler Moore and Chris Toy. We have a possibility of a trifecta of beer specials. Now, we already have 2 for 1 on Loomis Basin Brewery. We already have that all night. We have the Dueling Dogs batter, which is Kevin Peruta. He'll come up second in this inning. But we also have the Farmers' fifth inning, which means if the first batter in the fifth inning for the West Coast Kings makes an out, any type of out, it's half off Farmers Brewing Company. So what we've got is we've already got 1 beer special underneath it. If we can get the first out here and strike out the Dueling Dogs batter again, we could have 3 beer specials going on at the same time. Yes, representing all the breweries that are on board with us, this is no better way to thank them than have them all give their specials out at one time. It's fantastic. I hope Willie knows about this, because this is something he's going to have to make known to people. He has already told everybody about the Farmer's Fifth, because nobody understands about that until you're here and you participate and you know about the Farmer's Fifth. I know about it. It's only started this year. I forgot most of the time, but today is just a perfect storm, as we've already got Loomis Basin on board. Hopefully we'll get Farmers and then Dueling Dogs to round it out. It could be 3 beer specials at once. Josh Paris will be the first hitter. Reached on an air. Logan Bell warming up in the bullpen. Our buddy Logan Bell out of Lisbon, Ohio, I believe. Yes. We got Farmers Brewers coming up right now. So if we can get Josh Paris out, nothing against Josh, of course, but if we could, then we're on 2 beer specials, and then we move on to a possible third. Oh, man, it's exciting. Josh reached on an air back in the second. First pitch is a fastball, misses outside. Come on, Rump. Josh comes to us from Cal State Northridge. Left-handed hitter out in center field, made a nice running catch in the bottom of the fourth. Swings and misses at that one. 0-1. You better hire some seasonal staff down at the Brick and Barrel if this all comes through. That is down low for a ball, 2-1. Two and 1 pitch. Hit well to right field. Doyle, though, giving a little ground, reaches up, makes the catch. And so, folks, it's 2 beer specials have been energized. So 1 more if we can get Peruta to strike out. No offense. That would be 3 beer specials at once, which I don't think has ever been done, Chris Toy, in the history of the Lincoln Potters. So half off Farmers. We've got Loomis Basin half off already, and now possibly Dueling Dogs. A lot of pressure on Tyler Moore, which isn't fair for the kid. Swing and a miss. We're 1/3 of the way toward triple trifecta beer special. There's got to be a special T-shirt or some sort of horn that you... Oh, man, I'm too excited for that. That's down in the dirt, ball 1. Wouldn't hurt the umpire to expand the strike zone a little bit on this. It's a special occasion. Stop it, Chris Toy. You are not a good dog barker. That's foul down the first base line. Folks, we're 2/3 of the way to the third leg of the trifecta half-off beer. People are about to, well, let's don't get ahead of ourselves. Peruta still with the chance here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and we are in 3 beer specials at one time, Willie Preston. That's amazing. That is amazing. Get over there, everybody. Get moving. It doesn't matter where you go. Just give me anything on tap. It's half off. What a day. 3rd strikeout for Tyler Moore. What a day this is. It's like a confluence or whatever they call that thing, when all the planets are together or lined up or something. That's exactly what we have here today, like three-body problem or something like that. Three-beer problem. 0-1 on Hollowell, who got a base on balls his first time up. Dylan is the designated hitter out of De Anza College. Pops that one up 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball inside, just misses. Cole Dillon behind the plate for the Potters. TJ Oster at third. J.R. Freethy is at shortstop. Luke Mancy, the second baseman, and J.T. Walton at first. Doyle, Eaton, and Garsh on the outfield. 1-2 is chopped down to first. JT has on the big hop, says, I'll take care of it. Another good inning for Tyler Moore. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Enjoy the beer, Potter fans. It is the Potters on top, 5-1.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Potter fans in the throes of a 3-way beer special, and Brandon Wade is the new pitcher. No connection between those two facts out of Diablo Valley College. Bruno Condit went 4 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And he pitched pretty well for the first 3 innings, gave up 4 hits and a couple of runs in that 4th inning. J.R. Freethy will be the first hitter against the new pitcher. J.R. has walked twice. Scored a run. He scored 5 runs. That one is down low for a ball. 5 runs on the season. Just 2 for 4 in official at-bats with a bunch of walks. And hit by a pitch one time, I think. That one sails high. 2-0. Cole Dillon on deck, then TJ Oyster. The first 3 hitters, 6, 7, and 8. Inside. Three and 1 quickly on JR. Ball 4. So he has walked 3 times today. He goes to first with nobody out and brings up Cole Dillon, who was walked and fly to left, hit a line drive out to left field back in the 3rd inning. So Cole out of Rockwall, Texas, and the University of Arizona. Right-handed hitter. He's the catcher for the Potters. 1 for 7 on the season. Just getting started, just getting his feet wet. First pitch is high and away from Wait. Will Robbins is going to go out and talk to him, trying to settle him down as he's come on in the 5th inning here. Potters leading this one 5-1. Aiden Perez started for Lincoln, went the first 3 innings, and the last 2 have been the Tyler Moore out of ARC. He's been on here for 3 up, 3 down in 2 consecutive innings. 1-0 to Dillon. Cole takes outside, 2-0. Lincoln High cheer team just getting done with their performance between innings on Zebra Night. That one is in there for a strike. 2-1. That one misses outside as Piper comes behind home plate, walking around with the bubble maker. That's not a good combination. 3-1 on Cole Dillon. Freely with the walk. He is at first base. That is inside, ball 4. So 2 consecutive walks from Brandon Waite. Puts runners at first and second. Brings up TJ Oster. TJ with a sacrifice fly in the second. Fly to center, deep center in the 4th. Out of the Air Force Academy in Phoenix, Arizona. Atlanta, LA. Takes a strike. Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA. Which is a kind of a weird tour schedule. I mean, that's not a lot of dates. You might want to fill in some of those dates, Steve Miller. That one is just a little bit too high. I thought he might get the call on that, but TJ's even in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. It is fly ball to right field back in the second for the sacrifice fly. Takes that one outside and low, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Wade delivers that one low and inside. Swing and a miss by TJ. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wade up about 81, 82 miles an hour with the fastball. That one is outside and blocked by Will Robbins. Runners are going to stay put as we move to a full count here. 2 walks to open the inning. Now a full count on TJ Oster. That's chopped over the mound. Shortstop, nice play. He'll get 1 over to first. He got to get TJ. Got him. What a nice play at shortstop. And throw back to third. They got him. It's the old shortstop to first to third triple play for the Kings. And the problem with that is it means it's the end of the inning, so all the beer specials are gone. Just a fine play by Hillman at shortstop. He steps on second. He throws to first. They throw it back to third and get Freethy off the bag at third. So we go to the top of the 6th. That's a wild one, folks. Potters on top 5-1.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Enjoying the Piper Dance Contest, complete with bubbles, 3 members of a baseball team, a woman with a baby, and just assorted motley crew is what we have there. What a play by the West Coast Kings, a ground ball up the middle, looked like it was headed for center field. Hillman with a tremendous stab, stepped on second, threw it to first to Clisby. Clisby throws it back to Peruta at third and gets J.R. Freethy round in the bag. Just an excellent throw by Clisby. Excellent play all around by the Kings. And now they'll come up against Tyler Moore with the top of the order, Mike Aikawa, then Dylan Hillman and Brandon Clisby. You know what they say, if you make the last throw in a triple play to end the inning, you're always going to be up third in the next inning. I've heard that more than once. And that's the situation here today with Aikawa, who's got a couple of strikeouts, leading us off. Mike's at second base today. He is out of Lewis and Clark University. Look out, that one is over the head of Aikawa. He very wisely doesn't swing, so he is ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Aiden Perez started, went the first 3. Tyler Moore out there for his 3rd inning of work. There is activity in the Potters bullpen. That one also over the top this time of the catcher, so it's 2-0 on 2 balls that have gone to the backstop. I guess if you're going to get a ball, you might as well get a real one. Piper the Peacock strutting his stuff after the dance contest, waving to me, so I'll wave back. I don't think he even acknowledged it. 2-1 pitch is popped up. Catcher Dillon, first baseman Walden, and it drops just on the other side of the gate right there. That's very close, and the person there didn't even make a play. She's on the phone. That happens occasionally. Jake McCowan looks like he is warming up in the pen. Also, we had Logan Bell earlier, but now Jake, who we saw just the other day, went 2 innings and gave up 1 hit and struck out 2. That was on the first against Alpha Prime. That one is down low for a ball, 3-1. Leading off the top of the 6th inning here. 5-1 in favor of the Potters. That's hit well to left field. Moving over is Garish, and Tripp will make the catch. Kind of sounded better than it was, and Tripp was not fooled at all. He made the play in left field, so Tyler Moore comes back from 2 pretty bad first 2 pitches, comes back and gets Aikawa on a fly ball to left. It'll bring up Dylan Hillman, fresh off his tremendous play to start that triple play. He is flied to right and grounded to first. Dylan from, we said uncommitted. Takes a ball in the dirt, goes back to the backstop. Rolls back to Hillman's foot. 1 ball and no strikes. Brandon Clisby will follow. Started at catcher. He is now the first baseman. Moore's pitch is swung on and missed. Tyler was around 88 or 89 in his first inning of work with that fastball. I think he might have got a little more than that in the 5th inning as he threw a couple of good ones, getting a strikeout. Swing and a miss right there. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Very pleasant night out here at McBean Stadium. Breeze is still going on, but not really affecting too much. 1 fly ball it did catch early in the game. Here's Moore's 1-2. That's hit out to center field. Going back is Eaton, and he'll make the catch in deep center field. That one was not a win. That ball was hit very well by Hillman, but he is retired on a fly ball to Eaton in center field. 2 outs, and here is Brandon Clisby. We said started off in behind the plate, moved out to first base. He is struck out looking and lined out to left, so he is 0 for 2. Brandon's out of New Mexico, University of New Mexico, home of Potter legend Chase Weisenborn and other Potters. Jeffrey David also did some time there. And of course, got some Potters now from New Mexico. Luke Mancy. Clisby takes outside for a ball. It's 1-0. activity for the West Coast Kings in their bullpen as that pitch misses. 2-0. Although if I'm Brandon Wade, I'm out there. Look, I got a triple play. What do you want? 2-0 pitch. Clisby check swing. Did he go? I thought he might have, but we're not going to even ask anybody, so we'll say no. 3-0. That's hit out to right center field. Moving over is Doyle. Still moving over. Reaches out. Dives. Did he make the play? I think he did. Jacob Doyle. What a play in right center field. Clisby's just going to run the bases just in case it gets waved off. But Jacob Doyle, a great diving catch to his right in right center field to rob Clisby of at least 2, maybe 3 bases. So left field, center field, right field all get their action in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Potters still on top, 5-1.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Uh-oh, spinning bat. Did she not get out of, did she stay in the same spot? Brock Ragas, of course, was bugging me. I didn't get to see. Did one of our contestants just fall down? That is tremendous job by Lauren. That is fantastic bat spinning right there. Well done. Looks like we got a new pitcher. Carson Downing, I believe, is his name. Actually, that looks like 29 or 28 on that, Chris. We'll see with Mr. Downing, allegedly Mr. Downing. Yeah, I think that's 29, which means it's going to be Eddie Taylor out of the University of Albany in New York. So Eddie Taylor is coming on. Right-hander will come out here and face Trip Garish. And then the top of the order, Cole Eaton and Luke Manzi for the Potters, who have 7 hits. 4 of those were in the 4th inning. They really haven't hit anything super-duper hard. They've been getting good placement on it. J.T. Walden with 3 hits has led the attack. He also has 2 runs batted in to put his total for the season up to 14. J.R. Freethy with 3 walks. He has scored a run. Everybody kind of chipping in. Tandy with a single. A couple of hits for Trip Garish in his debut. A sac fly for T.J. Oster in his debut. And as Eddie Taylor finishes up his warm-up tosses, Eddie, a tall drink of water out there. Ball goes down to second and eventually finds its way to center field, as most of them do on throwdowns to second base. So here's Tripp. He is 2 for 2. He comes to us from Belmont, California, by way of the United States Air Force Academy. I believe he and TJ are here for just a couple of weeks, according to Tyler Robertson. A very sad day, Chris Toyas. My bar trivia team that I usually play on Tuesday nights before Potter season was first place at halftime, came in 3rd. It's a difference between winning 3 drink tokens and 1 drink token. And putting, you're accumulating points for the Tournament of Champions at the end of the year. So it's a big deal. Tripp takes inside for a ball. 1-0. Well, I would say that they missed me a lot, but actually I wasn't really contributing that much. Although last week they missed second place by 2 points, and I did have 2 of the answers that they would have needed. Well, because my son let him, it was a musical thing, and it was obviously White Rabbit because it was colors. So he let them talk him into saying that was Jefferson Starship when he knows it's Jefferson Airplane. He knows that. I think I have the album in the garage somewhere. And I don't know. He said, oh, they talked me into it. I said, who talked you into that? Who could talk you out of that? I've taught you better than that. I was a little bit angry with him. But they came in third this week. And the word was he was doing real well in the music ones. And so, sometimes it's the general information stuff that throws you off. Outside for a ball, 2-1 to Tripp. Yeah, that one. I don't know how you come back from that. That one sails high and away, so it's 3-1 on Tripp. I mean, it's like when you train like 4 years for the Olympics and you come out, you miss third place by like 18 thousandths of a second or something like that. You don't come back from that. Unless you come back 4 years later. But, I mean, that's a lot of time. Fouled out of play, 3-2. And that'll weigh on you. Everybody's talking. All your friends are bugging you about it. Oh, I was late by 18 thousandths of a second. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have been here 18,000 seconds of a second ago. It would get to be annoying. Let's just make it 18 hundredths of a second. That'll make it easier. They wouldn't let you forget. If they're real friends, they wouldn't let you forget. Inside ball 4. So Tripp is on for the third time today, this time via the base on balls. The first batter faced by Eddie Taylor. The second one will be Cole Eaton, the leadoff hitter, who was walked, hit into a double play, and singled. So the West Coast Kings trailing 5-1 on the scoreboard, but they do have a double play and a triple play tonight. So, I mean, that's pretty good. You can take that home with you. You can kind of live with that. Cole out of Elkhorn, Nebraska, takes outside for a ball. And the University of Tennessee. We've been inundated with dance team or cheerleaders. Cheerleaders, okay. Oh, they've got the 50-50. It's up to like $500,000, I think, by now. 1-0 on Eaton. Came into the game batting .363 for the summer. Throw over to first base again, and back is Tripp Garish. I think we'll say Garish. G-A-R-R, Garish. I'll just go ask him. All right, Garish it is. Taylor delivers. That's a good-looking pitch on the outside corner. Evens count at 1-1 on Cole Eaton. Luke Manzi to follow. Throw over to first again, just getting in under the tag is Garish. He's singled twice, first in the second and in the fourth. He scored in the fourth, and now he's walked to open the bottom of the sixth. Potter's holding on to a 5-1 lead here. Breaking ball, misses outside. 2-1. Three and one. Three balls, one strike. Eaton has scored once tonight. Got a base hit in the fourth inning. Walked and scored in the first. Swings and misses at that one. Taylor's fastball. Three balls, two strikes. Potters with some activity in their pen. Looks like both teams are loosening somebody up. Potters have had two. Perez and Moore have both gone 3 innings. Still Jake McGowan in the Potters pen. Taylor delivers. That one's lifted down the right field line. It'll go out of play out by the Kiln area, the VIP down there. Over by the Brick and Barrel Backyard Beer Garden, which has seen a lot of activity, but then a lot of it was for the 5th inning, and the triple play ended the inning prematurely. So there went the drink specials. Full count coming up. Here it is. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Taylor with another good breaking ball gets the strikeout of Eaton. One out here in the sixth, and here's Luke Mancy. Luke's grounded to first, lined to first, and hit it to a fielder's choice. Out of the University of New Mexico, Luke Mancy came in at .391. Left-hand hitting second baseman as the throw goes over to first base, and Garish is back in. Luke takes inside and low. Trevor Carmignani, the pitcher, warming up out of Loyola Marymount. Carmignani, the right-hander, down in the pen. Just really getting loose right now as Taylor faces 1 ball and no strike count. There goes the runner. It's on the strike zone in the inside corner. The throw to second's not in time. And Garish steals a base. He is at second base with 1 out. One ball, 1 strike on Mancy. Jake Tandy to follow. Meeting at the mound here. I think we might have a new catcher for the West Coast Kings. I don't think that's number 20 anymore. Looks like it's Ethan Lopez now behind the plate. Breaking ball's hit down to first base. That is a foul ball. So Ethan Lopez out of the College of San Mateo is taking over catching duties for the Kings. One ball and 2 strikes on Luke Mancy. He's got Garish at second base. Hits that one to left field, giving room to Santaga. He has got it in front of the fence out there and gets it back into third base. So Mancy flies to left for the second out here in the 6th inning, and I'll bring up Jake Tandy. Jake struck out in the first, then was hit by a pitch in third and got back on the hit parade with a single in the 4th inning, so he is 1 for 2. Back over 500 at 19 for 37 on the season. 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. So Jake up here with Garish at second base. Taylor with the breaking ball again. That time just misses outside. 1-0. That has been certainly his most effective pitch so far. And Tandy lets that one go by. JT Walden waits on deck, hoping Jake can keep the inning going. Potters looking to add to their 5-1 lead. Breaking ball a little high. Had the break right, but didn't have the height right, so it's 2-0 on Jake Tandy. 3 home runs, 21 runs driven in. Came in at .514 on the season. Out of West Sacramento, California. University of Pacific, the Tigers, down in the 209. Breaking ball, that's fouled off. I think the great Chris Toy has a 9. It's out there 916 Potter shirt. So you've got 916. And Jordan has a 95648 Potter zip code shirt. So is that the new thing now? It's all zip codes. It's all area codes. 2-1. Breaking ball fouled again by Jake Tandy. The only hip thing I've done recently is I said there was a song slapped. And Riley was like very shocked that I knew what that even was. And I did it again the next day, and he looked like surprised as he did the first day, which means I don't know about Riley paying attention at all. But he's just as excited the second day as it was the first day. 2-2. He was not surprised the song slapped. I think it was more Stay in the Time. I think. That's a tremendous song and a great song for the Piper Dance Contest. 2-2 from Taylor. Fastball misses outside. He got up near 87 on that one with the fastball. Some say 88. Some dispute that. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tandy. JT Walden 3 for 3 tonight. He is on deck. Breaking ball misses inside, and Tandy is on. So Jake on for the third time in a row after the strikeout in the first inning. First and second now, and that brings up JT Walden. Singled in a run in the first, singled in the third, and singled in another run in the fourth. JT now with 14 runs batted in. Hitting about 440 for the Potters. Has 2 home runs. He got those in his first 2 at-bats of the season. Might be time to get 3. Hits it sharply down the first base line. What a play at first base by Clisby, and he makes the play at first. Went to his left, went down to a knee, made the catch. It was headed for the corner, and he retires JT at first. No runs, 2 left. We go to the top of the 7th. Potters on top, 5-1.
This job is the Esplanade Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
New pitcher for the Potters, coming on the Potter legend, Mr. Logan Bell out of Lisbon, Ohio, and Bowling Green University. He takes over for Tyler Moore, who went 3 innings, gave up no hits, no runs. He struck out 3 and didn't walk anybody, so a great outing from Tyler Moore, following a great outing from Aiden Perez, who went 3 innings, gave up 1 run. It was unearned, struck out 5 and walked 2. So Potters pitchers through 6 innings, 8 strikeouts and 2 walks, 1 unearned run. As Logan Bell comes out here, he'll face, we think it's going to be Ethan Lopez. If we followed all the changes in the number 4 spot, as they had Braga in there, then Robbins came on to bat for him and went in to catch. Now Lopez has come in to catch, so let's see if they put Robbins somewhere else or what exactly is going on here as Logan Bell hits his warm-up tosses. The 50-50 raffle, over $1,000 raised for the cheerleading squad. A tremendous job. And they've announced their winner, so we go to the 7th inning, the last inning to get beer. Everybody's had an ample chance to get beer today. There's been many 2-for-1 specials. There's a 2-for-1 all day long with Loomis Basin. The 2 for Tuesdays, tremendous by them. We've had the Farmers Brewing Company was in here for a half off. We had Dueling Dogs for a half off. A lot going on. So here is Will Robbins still batting in this spot. He came on in the 4th inning and popped to first base, so Will is 0 for 1. If you ask me where he's playing on the field, I have no idea. But he's out of Princeton, so he can go wherever he wants to. Bell's first pitch in there for a strike. Logan from Lisbon, Ohio, 6 foot, 195. That one's fouled down the right field line. It'll be out of play, out near the VIP section. So it's 0-2. Quickly on Will Robbins. Drake Poitras and Shane Santaga will be following him. And that is in there, call strike 3. Bell starts off with the strikeout, the 9th for Potters pitchers here in 6 1/3 innings. That'll bring up Drake Poitras, who struck out twice in this one out of the College of Marin. He is the right fielder tonight for the West Coast Kings. Again, they have 3 different squads, the gold, the gray, and the black. It's the West Coast Kings black playing in this game. That's lifted down the right field line, foul out of play. It's the gold who come in on Saturday to take on the Potters. I think that's a 6:35. That might be a fireworks game, though, so that would make that a 6:05. Check your schedule at LincolnPotters.com. And then on Sunday, it's the Seals coming on. 0-1 pitch. Fastball just misses that outside corner. One pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. One and two. Lifted, right field, short right field, make that infield, and the second baseman is going to call for it and make the play. That's Luke Mancy for the second out. So 2 outs here in the 7th, and we'll have a pinch hitter here. I think it's Brady Wright coming on out of Chico. He is batting for Shane Santago. Shane was 0 for 2 while he was in there today, and here's Brady Wright. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Fastball in there for a strike on 1. That is on the corner. Call it a strike. 0-2. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him on 3 pitches. Good inning for Logan Bell. 1, 2, 3. We go to the stretch a little bit. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Potters 5. Kings 1.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had him by the collar, said he
Bottom of the 7th inning. Potter fans done with their stretching, and we are just about ready to go here. Eddie Taylor back out on the mound for the West Coast Kings. He came on in the 6th inning, had a strikeout, had a couple of walks, but escaped because Brendan Clisby made an excellent play down at first base. Until I looked down at first base, and now at first base is Will Robbins. So there you go. So Jacob Doyle's our first hitter against Taylor. He'll be followed by J.R. Freethy and Cole Dillon, 5, 6, and 7 for the Potters. One of my trivia team members is coming up to say hey. He also a tremendous fountain of knowledge right there by Mr. Russell. He came in 3rd. Here's Jacob Doyle. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. He struck out twice and grounded out to first. He does have an RBI in this game. His 8th of the summer. Hits it high to left field. Moving back is Paris. Still moving back. And he runs out of room. That's a home run for Jake Doyle. Following that one all the way, tracking it the way that Paris was in left field. And Jake Doyle has his third home run of the summer. The Potters lead it 6-1. Paris had moved to left field right. The pinch hitter is in center. And Josh, who had made a couple nice catches earlier, kind of tracked that one down, just couldn't get tall enough. And Doyle does it again. Second RBI of the night. He has 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in for the season. Here's J.R. Freethy, who's got 3 walks today. I was in there for a strike. I'm going to estimate 325. That's my estimation over there. I didn't have my guys telling me that. That is also a strike, 0-2. So JR not used to seeing a lot of strikes. Has seen 2 in a row here from Taylor out of the University of Albany in Albany, New York. I believe that's the state capital. Breaking ball just misses outside. I was a little worried for JR there for a second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Walked and scored in the second, walked in the third, walked in the fifth. Inside for a ball, evens it up at 2-2. Recovered by Cole Dillon, the on-deck hitter. So Jacob Doyle, his 3rd home run of the season. That was more high than it was far, I think it's safe to say. A tall drink of water indeed. Outside, ball 3. So now it's back to JR territory. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for the grand slam again. 4 walks. Actually, I think he's looking for a ball he can drive. Pops that one up on the infield. Second baseman, now it's the shortstop coming over and making the play. That's Hillman for the second out. Or the first out, excuse me. 1 out, and Cole Dillon coming to the plate. He's walked twice and flied to left. Cole behind the plate for the Potters today. Out of Rockwall, Texas, University of Arizona, 11 Rockwall, Texas. Rockwall County, we discovered. Northeast Texas is what we discovered with Chris Toy, our geography specialist here at the Stones Radio Networks. Breaking ball inside. Actually, we can't afford a specialist. He's the everything specialist here. He's the meteorologist guy. He's the mascotologist. Looks up the mascots, which is very important. And looks up the cities, states, counties, whatever. And he wears a shirt with an area code on it. That is high for a ball, 2-0. Eddie Taylor goes, was that too high, or what exactly was the deal there? Doyle's home run opens up the bottom of the 7th. Potters are on top 6-1. Outside for a ball. 3-0 now. Potters with more activity in the pen. Logan Bell was very impressive in his inning. That is in there for a strike. Cole thought about it, took a step, said, all right, strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jacob Doyle's home run was 99 miles an hour off the bat. I think it was straight up. 3-1 pitch outside. So Dillon gets the base on balls, his 3rd of the day. Looks like Jake Morrell out of American River College is loosening up in the pen as TJ Oster comes up to the plate. TJ sack fly in the 2nd, fly to center in the 4th, then hit into a double play, which turned into a triple play as he shot a ground ball up the middle that looked like a base hit, but Dylan Hillman, a tremendous play, and eventually three Potters were out. Slashes that one foul out of play to our right. TJ out of Phoenix, Arizona, comes to us from the United States Air Force Academy, which is preferable to other places' Air Force academies, I think. You know, I'm sure they're fine, but I prefer to have the United States. Not every country maybe has one. There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball, and what a jump that time by Cole Dillon. He was just taken off, and Eddie Taylor was kind of in his own world there, delivered to the plate, did not get the call. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. And now Dillon in scoring position at second base. That is outside. 2-1. Trip Garish on deck. He's been on base all 3 times, a couple of hits and a walk. Also from the United States Air Force Academy. TJ takes a breaking ball, misses outside. 3-1. Taylor comes set. Dillon thought about taking off. Fouled out of play by Oster. Potters the day off tomorrow, then Thursday and Friday the Menlo Legacy come back to town for 2 more. West Coast Kings Gold Squad will come in on Saturday night, and then on Sunday an afternoon game. That'll be the Seals. Old foe, the Seals, from years gone by. Out of the Bay Area, 3-2 pitch, breaking ball, call strike 3. A beautiful pitch by Eddie Taylor right there got Oster on strikes. 2 outs here in the 7th inning, and here is Trip Garish. Singled in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 4th, and walked in the 6th. So Tripp in the 9th spot, on base 3 times today. He's got a runner at second base. Potters do have 2 base coaches today, which is a first for them this season. So Tyler Malone must have gotten to town, as was advertised. Tripp swings and misses on a high fastball that he, in his mind, I think he connected with that and was already watching it soar over the right field screen. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Taylor checks Dillon at second. Misses outside with a fastball. Up around 86, 87. Some say 88. It's under contention. 2 of the biggest shaved ices I've ever seen going down. Look at that, Chris Toy. My God, man, that guy can't even hold him. And he works out. Tiger Blood and Lemon. Nice. No chocolate. Inside, gets away. Back to the screen and moving down to third is Cole Dillon. I know there's no chocolate because I checked the list of ingredients or flavors a couple of days ago when Riley the engineer was here, because he maintained there was a chocolate. And then when I called him on it, he said, I just mean it would be a good idea. No, I said it was a bad idea. But sometimes kids have to learn for themselves. You know that. 2-1 on Tripp. Fouled to our left over by the bounce houses. Misses everybody involved, but not by much. That's why you stay in the bounce house, kids, when the foul balls are coming. Like an earthquake. Get underneath the table. When the foul ball's coming, you get in the bounce house. 2-2. That one sails high and outside, so it's a full count on Tripp. With the top of the order, Cole Eaton to follow. Line drive, base hit right back up the middle center field. So Tripp, very impressive in his debut. That's his 3rd hit, his first run batted in. Scoring is Dillon, 2 runs in the inning for the Potters. They lead at 7-1, and here is Cole Eaton. And I think we might get a pitching change here for the West Coast Kings. We'll step away for just a minute here. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Potters have scored twice. They lead this one 7-1. No pitching change for the Kings. Eddie Taylor remains out on the mound. It'll be Cole Eaton, who's walked, hit into a double play, singled, and struck out. So he is 1 for 3 in this one. Scored a run back in the first. Garish over at first base. And Tripp's getting a pretty good lead over there. Look out. I don't know how that didn't hit him. Yes, it did hit him. Okay. Eaton will go down to first base. Garish moves to second as he is hit by a pitch. Eaton, that is. That's third time he's been on base, and it brings Luke Mancy up to the plate. Luke's grounded out to first. He's lined out to first, reached on an error, and then flied out to left. So Luke looking for his first hit today. And he's got a runner at first. He's got a runner at second. 2 runs in for the Potters in the inning. Doyle started it off with a home run to left. Look out, that's inside. Mancy, University of New Mexico, came in hitting at a .391 clip. Fouls that one back to the screen, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Luke out at second base for the Potters. J.R. Freethy is doing the shortstopping. Luke has done that for the past couple of games. The newcomer T.J. Oster is over at third. J.R.'s also played over there a couple times. 1-1 on Luke Mancy. Fastball misses outside. Eddie Taylor out of the University of Albany in New York City, or New York State, not New York City. It's in Albany. I can get it right. Chop foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Luke. Luke scored a run back in the 4th inning for the Potters. Breaking ball just misses outside. Good pitch by Taylor. Looked a little bit outside. Three and 2. Runners will be going for the Potters. Jake Tandy waits on deck. Hoping for a chance here. Getting a couple of RBI. Inside, ball 4. So Luke gets the base on balls, loads the bases. Potters have already scored twice in the inning, and now we're going to get a pitching change, and we'll step away. With the bases loaded, bottom of the 7th, Potters on top 7-1.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're Five Star Bank. How can we help you?
Well, I walk into the room, passing out $100 bills. and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar double.
Trevor Carmignani is the new pitcher for the West Coast Kings out of Loyola Marymount College. He's a left-hander. He comes in to face Jake Tandy with the bases loaded, which is no easy task. Padres has scored twice here in the seventh. They led it off with a Jacob Doyle home run, his third of the summer. Then Cole Dillon walked. Garish singled him in for the second run, and Garish's first RBI as a Padre. Trip out of the United States Air Force Academy is 3 for 3 with a walk tonight. TJ Oster, also a newcomer out of the Air Force Academy, is 0 for 3, but does have a sacrifice fly to his credit. So both Padres pitching in to help the team get out to a 7-1 lead here in the bottom of the seventh. New catcher for the Kings, Ben O'Rourke, goes out to talk to Carmignani. So Jake is struck out, then he was hit by a pitch and scored in the third, then he singled in the fourth, and then he was walked in the sixth. First pitch is down low and outside, 1-0. Jake takes outside again, so it's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Carmignani, the new pitcher, the fourth pitcher. Condit, Waite, Taylor preceding him. Line drive into center field. That's going to hit down for a base hit. One run scores easily. Here comes the second. The throw to the plate's going to be way offline. It's a two-run single for Tandy. And the Padres now lead 9-1. RBIs 22 and 23 for Jake. Garish scores and so does Cole Eaton. Going all the way around to third was Luke Mancy. And Tandy ends up at second as the throw goes wild into the infield. And we'll have the ninth batter of the inning. It'll be J.T. Walden. So Jake Tandy just keeps doing what Jake Tandy does. That RBI total up to 23. He is 2 for 3 in this one. Lefty against lefty. Here's JT. Takes a strike. A bender over the inside corner. Padres have scored 4 times here, batting around in the 7th inning. That one misses inside. That one, a good-looking pitch outside corner for a call strike, 1-2. JT doesn't quite agree, but he is in a hole at 1 ball and 2 strikes. JT takes it low and inside, 2-2. Jacob Doyle, who opened up the inning by hitting a home run over the left field fence, waits on deck. Padres had 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and now have 4 here in the 7th, with 2 still on base. JT swings and misses, and he is out on strikes. 4 runs on 3 hits. Will leave a couple. The Padres go to the top of the 8th. They lead this one 9-1.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades. the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not one but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today, or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Top of the 8th inning, Potters on top, 9-1. Jake Morrell is going to be the 4th Potters pitcher out of Roseville, California, and American River College. The big left-hander comes on, following Aiden Perez, who went 3, then Tyler Moore went 3, and Logan Bell went 1. They have combined to strike out 10 and give up just 1 unearned run. And so Jake will come out here, will face Josh Paris, Kevin Peruta, and Talon Hollowell, 7, 8, and 9, assuming no pinch hitters for the West Coast Kings. We will endeavor to keep updated on that score. Morrell, 6'4", a left-hander. Pitched this year at American River College. I don't know if his mom's out here, but his mom has a tremendous job. She trains service dogs. And the one that was coming out to the American River games, because, of course, we here at Stones Radio Networks do all American River College athletics, all the way from soccer, men's and women's in August, all the way through to baseball and softball in April. Anyway, so she came out and explained it to his name is Joss, Joss. She gets him from very young until 18 to 24 months, and then she turns him on to another trainer who takes him for a while and trains him some more, 6 months more. Is that what it was, Chris? Yeah, amazing, amazing. Jake's first pitch is inside for a ball. The funny thing was that she was carrying this dog around all the time. It was a big old dog, and she came out here a couple of games ago, and she said, "Are you guys the American River guys?" I go, "Yeah." She holds the dog up. She had kept it out of frame until I said, "Yeah." Swung on and fouled by Paris. Josh has reached on an errant fly to right. 0-4-2 out of Cal State Northridge. Breaking ball, nice pitch in there for a strike. And everybody, even the batter and the umpire, both went, "Hey, that was pretty good." That's Chris Toy even said, "Hey, that was a nice one." 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's in the dirt. 2-2. Left-hander against left-hander here, opening up the top of the 8th inning. Again, the off day tomorrow. This is going to be the hottest day. And then we thought, well, we'll give everybody the day off and come back on Thursday against the Menlo Legacy. And then we'll do it again Friday against the Legacy. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just barely saved himself, did Josh, at the last moment. Fouled that one out of play. Kevin Peruta on deck, the third baseman. Two-two pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed. 11th strikeout for the Potters pitching tonight. And with 1 out in the 8th, here's Kevin Peruta. Struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. So Kevin looking to make some contact here. He comes out of College of Marin. Takes the fastball down low from Jake Morrell. 1-0 on Kevin. Talon Hollowell scheduled to be next. The DH for the Kings in this one. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. A little cowbell action in the stands. Willie hasn't been asking for the cowbells much in this one. He instinctively knows what's needed. I guess he didn't think cowbells were needed. That one misses outside. Checking out the schedule, I think, yeah. Saturday night is the Kings Gold team comes in, and that is a fireworks night, so that'll start at 6:05 on Saturday. That misses. 3-1. So Thursday and Friday, 6:35, then 6:05 on Saturday, 1:05 on Sunday against the Seals. LincolnPotters.com for tickets and for any other information like promotions and stuff. Breaking ball swung on a missed, full count on Peruta. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. So Morrell comes back from 3-1, gets the strikeout. His second. 12th for Potters pitchers, and Talon Hollowell is the next hitter. The DH out of De Anza has walked and grounded out to first, so he is 0 for 1. Walked back in the third inning, grounded out in the fifth. Chops foul, so it's 0-1 quickly on Hollowell. Morrell up at about 81 with the fastball, just a little bit slower, about 5-6 miles off that for the off-speed pitches. That one's in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch by Jake. 0-2. No activity right now, it doesn't look like, for the Potters. 0-2 pitch just misses the outside corner with that one to Hollowell. Perez went 3, Moore went 3, Bell went 1, and now Morrell has 2 outs here in the 8th inning. That's chopped back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play at second. Over to first. They got him at first base. What a play at second base by Luke Manzi. A big play by the second baseman from the University of New Mexico. 1-2-3 for Morrell in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters on top at 9-1.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Trevor Caminari is back out on the mound for the West Coast Kings. Jacob Doyle, a schedule hitter, but I think we're going to pinch hitter. That would be number 9, Will Lindberg, out of Gold River, California, and Cal State Northridge. So he will bat for Jacob Doyle, who was 1 for 4 with 2 runs batted in and a home run in this one. So Will comes up to the plate to make his initial appearance for the Potters here. Infielder out of Cal State Northridge takes a ball from Caminari. He lines that one promptly into center field for a base hit. Welcome to the ball club, Will. Well done, sir. Hit number 11 for the Potters. And here's J.R. Preethy. J.R. has walked 3 times and popped a shortstop. Caminani was the 4th pitcher, is the 4th pitcher for the Kings. Condit started, then Waite, Taylor, and Caminari. First pitch is in there for a call strike to JR. They are 2 for 5 on the season with a whole bunch of walks and a whole bunch of runs scored. Out of the University of Nevada. Outside, nice stab back there by O'Rourke behind the plate. Cole Dillon to follow for the Potters. Good looking fastball. Catches that corner. Might have been his best fastball he's thrown in the inning plus. 1-2 now on JR. Breaking ball's chopped out to shortstop. Hillman over to second for 1. They go to first. They get 2. So the Kings have turned a couple of nifty plays, a couple of double plays and 1 triple play. That one went 6-4-3. Hillman, Aikawa, and over to first base to Robbins. So with 2 outs, Cole Dillon comes up to the plate. Cole has walked 3 times and fly to left. Takes a breaking ball down low for a ball. TJ Oster follows in case Cole gets something started here. Takes that fastball down low. Two balls and no strikes on Cole Dillon. Takes that one in there for a strike, 2-1. Cole walked in the second, flied out in the third, then walked in the fifth, walked and scored in the seventh. So 0-for-1 with a run scored. Breaking ball's hit up in the air to left field. Paris comes in and makes the catch on the run to end the inning. So the Potters are out in the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th. Lincoln leads this one 9-1.
This job.
New Potters pitcher at the top of the 9th inning is going to be Preston Brook out of William Jessup University. He is the 5th of the Potters pitchers. Aiden Perez went 3, Tyler Moore went 3, 1 each from Logan Bell and Jake Morrell. So far 12 strikeouts for the Potters in this one as Preston Brook comes up to take over the duties. I think it's his 3rd appearance. Yes, he pitched the first 2 games of the season, or actually he pitched 2 games, the second and third game of the season, and now he is back out there. He's going to take on the top of the order, Mike Aikawa, Dylan Hillman, and Brandon Clisby. As the Potters doing the pump it up ritual as they try to close this one out to improve to 8-1 on the season before an off day tomorrow, and resuming action on Thursday, 6:35 against the Menlo Legacy. Potters single runs in the first, second, and third, 2 in the 4th, and then exploded for 4 in the 7th. Jacob Doyle had a home run. Trip Garish, 3 hits out of 3 at-bats, 3 hits for J.T. Walden, a couple of hits for Jake Tandy. As the Potters have 11 hits in this one. So here's Mike Aikawa. Struck out twice and flied to left, did Mike? Hits it sharply down the third, scooped up by Oster. Across the diamond, it's a little high, but pulled down by J.T. Walden. Hit well, but one out here in the ninth. And that'll bring up Dylan Hillman, who was flied to right, flied to center, and grounded to first. He's put bat on the ball a couple times very well, including the fly ball to center field back in the sixth inning. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter. So it's J.J. Johnson hitting for Hillman. So he takes a strike. So J.J. Johnson from the College of the Mines. 0-1. 0-2. Looks like Ben O'Rourke is on deck. So 0-2 quickly on Johnson. Fastball just misses. 1-2. One ball, two strikes, J.J. Johnson. Breaking ball just low, 2-2. Potter fans were Preston Brook hitting to a high of about 88 with the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Johnson. Chases that breaking ball, but it's outside. 3-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes to Johnson. Fouled way off the screen. Stays tough. Does J.J. in his initial appearance. He's been over there for a couple hours, coming off the bench cold. That's fouled away again. So Brook delivers the strike. Johnson fouls it off, and we'll go again at 3-2. Three-two pitch. Outside, ball 4. He lost him. So Johnson goes down to first, worked the base on balls. Brook went to the off speed and lost him. Here's Ben O'Rourke. His first appearance at the plate, batting in the spot of Brandon Clisby. That is outside for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Robbins is on deck, Will Robbins. That's down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Aikawa grounded out to third. Johnson, the pinch hitter, worked a walk, and now it is O'Rourke. Swing and a miss. 1-2. One and two. Chop up the middle. It'll be a tough play for man. That's into center field for a base hit, and that is the first hit of the game for the West Coast Kings. O'Rourke in his first appearance singles up the middle. Going to second is Johnson, and the Potters pitchers go 8 in the third innings of hitless ball, but O'Rourke punches one up the middle. First and second now. So here's Will Robbins. He came on in the fourth. He popped out in his strikeout, so he is 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch right down the middle for a strike. 8 1/3. That's the longest hitless streak I remember being out here 7 summers now. That one catches the outside corner. So Brook coming in with the fastball, getting ahead of Robbins 0-2. Drake Poitras is the next scheduled hitter. Swing and a miss. Runners are going to move up as the ball gets away, but the batter is out. So that is 2 outs. And Drake Poitras will be the hitter. Poitras will be the hitter. He has struck out twice and popped to second base. He's got a couple of runners out there, second and third. 2 outs here. Out in right field for the West Coast Kings in this one, Drake Poitras coming up here for his 4th appearance. Swings and misses. 13 strikeouts up to now for Potters pitchers. Perez, Moore, Bell, Morrell, and Brook. Fastball just misses the outside corner, 1-1. Right down the middle, 1-2. Oh, where art thou, last strike guy? Last strike guy, where are you? Crowd getting up there to try to take his place. 1-2 pitch coming up. Chopped off of his foot, it looked like, and painfully, Poitras stays up at the plate. And we're going to give Drake all the time he needs to walk that one off. One more for Potter fans as they get the cowbells, and they're a great last strike group on Zebra Night and 2 for Tuesday, both rousing successes. We saw choirs, we saw cheerleaders, we saw dance teams, bands, we saw it all. 1-2. Swing and a miss, that's ball game. So 5 Potter pitchers combined to give up 1 hit to the West Coast Kings. Potters come up with 4 in the 7th to break it open. Our final tonight, the Potters win this one 9-1. We'll take a short break and be back with our post game right after this on the Stones Radio Networks. Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. Sanchez 1-on-4. She gets it back, trying to get it back to Gallegos. What a spin move. Her shot is blocked. She has it controlled, puts in the goal. Witt trying to set it. She sets it over for Molly Harrison, pokes it over. Short set for Barrios, and her slam goes out of play. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to duck down the middle. He's got a guy wide open at the 18 kid. That's Robert Freeman. And Robert's trying to make a couple of moves. He comes back to the 15, comes down to the 10. He gets a block to the 5. Funny, but I wanted to ask you about that because I remember you doing that show, and you kind of
go ahead.
You want to. That's our new show.
Really nice.
Yeah, Beneath One Fern is what we call the show.
Between a flower.
Yes. Well, we're working on we're workshopping the title.
Yes.
Ooh. Well, you may not see that $10 my friend. That woman does not like to fork over the cash.
I heard him say he'd pay you next Tuesday. So
That's right.
I didn't bring pad and paper, so I don't know what to tell you what's going to happen when I come back.
First
so
of all,
I got to take notes.
We may end up in one, especially on this episode of the Stones and Toys Show.
Oh, snap.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
Welcome back to McBean Stadium. Lincoln Potters with the big win tonight over the West Coast Kings Black Squad. That was a 9-1 win. We almost had the most amazing game in the history of McBean Stadium because we almost had the first ever no-hitter. We went through 8 in the third innings. Then Ben O'Rourke came on. He had not been up all game. He came up and he bounced one right through the middle of the field, right up over second base in the center field for the first hit. So that kind of spoiled it. We were going to have a five-person player of the game because we had Moore and we had Perez and we had Jake Morrell and we had Logan Bell, and they were all great, and Preston Brook was great as well but gave up the one hit. So our player of the game, brought to you by Old Town Pizza, is going to be Tripp Garish. In his first game as a Potter of the Air Force Academy, comes in and gets 3 hits and a walk, reaches base all 4 times and drives in a run and scores 1. So Tripp is our player of the game. A reminder, our Potters wrap-up brought to you by Friends of McBean, organization trying to raise money to get a new scoreboard. You can go ahead and scan the QR code if you want to donate, and please do donate. We need a new scoreboard out here for the Lincoln Potters. So a historic game, almost an historic game, but we did see T.J. Oster come out for his first game, and Tripp Garish, who was our player of the game. Another home run for Jacob Doyle, 3 more hits for J.T. Walden, and another 2 for 3 night for Jake Tandy. But the story today kind of was the pitching for the Potters, as starting with Aiden Perez, going through Tyler Moore, then Jake Morrell, also Logan Bell in there for an inning, and then finishing up with Preston Brook. Just a great job with 13 strikeouts and only 1 hit allowed. A reminder, we're off tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we come back for the Menlo Legacy, Thursday and Friday. Saturday, it is the West Coast Kings Gold team, and then on Sunday, the Seals in an afternoon game. For Mark the Phantom Lowe, for Chris Toy, for Willie Preston, and for all the other interns, we say thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.